Hi everyone and good morning. This is Peter from Franque de la Fuente, Peter Franque. Today I wanted to talk to you, let's see who can be interested in this. So we will talk about mentoring and specifically for associates, that means young lawyers, the rules, and also maybe most importantly how we see mentoring in our law firm, because it's a very important part of being a member of a bar association, how to work with mentoring of young lawyers. So I'm basing now this on the rules that I have. So I'm a member of the Swedish Bar Association in Sweden, and of course our lawyers in our office are members of the Spanish Bar Association. And when you're a member of the bar, you have certain rules and you have to follow them. When it comes to associates, meaning lawyers that have not yet become members of an association, in Sweden you have the rules that says that an associate need to have a mentor assigned in the law firm. So for an example, we have now soon 2 Swedish associates, meaning that they have Swedish law degrees, but they work in our law firm here in Spain. So me, as the member of the Swedish bar, I will be the mentor for both of them. I am already the mentor of Fredrik, and soon we'll be also very happy to introduce our new Swedish lawyer. She will join us next week, and we're going to present her to you. So those are, let's say, the basic rules about this. You need to have a mentor assigned, and that mentor has the responsibility for the associate. So to put it very clearly, if the associate makes a mistake, it's my responsibility. So this of course also then implies that I am responsible for training. I'm responsible to guide them. Of course, not only, let's say, in the legal technical part of their job, in the cases when they work with property transactions or other things, but maybe most importantly about the ethical rules that we have as lawyers. So they might, and they will, find themselves in situations when it's not very clear how to apply the ethical rules that we follow. So they talk to me and we find the right way. That is how the system within the Swedish Bar Association works, but it's more or less the same in most of the bar associations around the world actually, and specifically in Europe. To become a member of the Swedish Bar Association, at least, you need to have 3 years of work experience. That can be in a law firm or it can be in other legal positions. You have to take part of certain courses, certain training, and then you have to pass a written and an oral exam. As well, the Bar Association will gather references from all the lawyers, all the members of the bar that you have been working with throughout these 3 years, and they can then approve or sometimes not approve the application. So to become a member of the Swedish bar, you need to be qualified, you need to be certified, you need to pass the exams, and you need to be trained. And that of course gives me the responsibility to be part of that training. So let's then also follow up on how the actual training is done here at Franque de la Fuente, our law firm. We have 2 legal teams. One is led by Julian de la Fuente, my partner, and the other one is led by Miguel Ángel de la Fuente. So the 2 partners are responsible for 2 legal teams with associates in those teams. And the main responsibility for the guidance and the training and the support is then divided between Julian and Miguel Ángel. And of course sometimes I take part in it as well. And how do we do it? So it's really important for us that all the young lawyers that work for us can feel secure, that they feel that they have the support from senior lawyers, that the doors are open, that they can enter anytime and knock on the door if they have a difficult question. It can be a legal question, it can be an ethical question, but the number 1 rule for good training, we believe, is that we're always available for the questions. Because if you're a young lawyer, I was a younger lawyer myself, working for law firms, and if you feel that you're bothering, the senior lawyer, it will be more difficult to maybe ask those questions. And in the end, the risk that you will make a mistake is higher than if you know that you always can enter, you can always ask any questions, and we always say, better to ask too many questions than too few. That is the attitude that we have in the office, and I actually believe that we apply that in not only in the legal departments, but also in the postal department and in the tax department. It's all about learning from each other, being humble and willing to learn, and to create that atmosphere. It's important for us in a senior position to have those doors always open, and sometimes they need to ask a question late at night or whenever the problem appears, and we can't be angry or bothered then. It's part of the training. So that's is our attitude and our mentality in Franque de la Fuente.